Ready?
Yeah.
All right, hello everyone. And my wife's been getting on me about getting a little video going for this little L-shaped bench that we came up with. I guess some of you have been asking how it was made. I love building stuff. I'm by no means an expert in this field, but what we kind of came up with, the first thing is you want to just kind of figure out how big your table is and how big you want that space and how big of a space that you have. So we went with, it's 37 inches, 37 and a half inches deep by 55 inches long. And so, so we came up with, and also the standard height for a bench is anywhere from 18 to 20 inches. And then a table is right around 28 to 30 inches. So that's kind of your standard heights for those two. If I would have known, I probably would have done a video while I was building it. It would have been a lot easier so you can see how it was made. But some of the materials that we used were 2x3s. We used some 5mm underlayment that you use for flooring, but we used light materials because it is a travel trailer, and we wanted to keep everything as light as possible. So 5mm underlayment, which is this board here. Right here we got 1x3 inch furring strips, and then 2.5 inch drywall screws, and that's about all you need to build this. And then a tape measure, and then some of the tools. We used an impact drill, miter saw, and a compound miter saw, and a skill saw. So
we'll list those.
What's that?
We're going to list those.
Yes, and by the way, we are going to list those on this video. This is our first video, so bear with us. But so basically, the first thing is you want to get your measurements, like I said, and then you want to lay it out. And then also you want to build it because you are going to be sitting on it. We were able to fit, I don't know, 3 or 4 of us on here. You know, me and my wife, and then maybe 1 or 2 little ones. So you're going to want to be able to figure out how you want to support it. But as you can bring the video on in, I can kind of show you what I did. We made it, also this is actually movable too. Everything's movable. We didn't actually tie it down. It's easy to move. So that way, and it didn't go anywhere. Our whole trip, it didn't even move. So. But we wanted to make it like that. That way it was easier to move, clean around or whatever. And then also we made some storage but we didn't even actually need that. But we did have the capabilities for more storage. So I made these to be removable. So basically what we did is I laid out what I wanted, and I got my base down here, my 2x3s. And then kind of laid that out, and then I tied it to, okay, we're back, a little technical difficulties. So basically what I did is I formed 2 boxes. I formed this top one first, and then as you can tell, I formed this one second. And if you look in here, I just ended up tying them together. I was able to screw them together to support them. Now, there's probably many different ways of doing this, but I like to keep things simple. This was the way I did it. You can do it however you want. Again, I'm not an expert woodworker. I just love building stuff, and this is how I kind of came up with it. And then what I did is like on the tops here, I actually, as you can tell, the bottom, I ran horizontal, and the 2x3s up top I ran vertical. And just the reason, you can run them both horizontal, but the reason why I didn't run the top ones vertical like this is in case we wanted to use it for storage, there was more room to go in and out, rather than having them horizontal. The space wouldn't be. So you can run them both ways. It just all varies on how you want to do it. So once I had that made, I supported them together, screwed them together, so they're screwed together. And then after that, I went, and you can tell this here in the middle is this paneling is 5 mil underlayment, and again, you can use 1/4 inch plywood, which is heavier. But again, this is a travel trailer, so we were trying to keep it as lightweight as possible. So 5 mil underlayment, which is actually used for flooring. This is a 1x3 inch furring, just for decoration. And these I actually used a brad nail gun to nail those in. And then I basically just did that all the way around. If you look closely, I didn't really cut the corners any specific way. I just kind of put them in there. Again, I mean, you can if you want to spend the time to make it a little more detailed. But again, we were kind of in a hurry to get things done at the time, and it actually turned out nice. You know, it turned out good. But that's kind of what we went for. Let's see. As far as the top goes, and then back here you can see right here I added another support going down because somebody's gonna be sitting here. So I put support here. That helped. You don't really need it because it's such a short span here. But on the other side, I added 2, as you can tell right in here, because that's where most of the weight. You didn't even need it in the back, but just to add a little more support. It probably would have been fine without it, but we just kind of went for it. So as far as the top goes, the top I used this is actually 1/2 inch plywood. And again, I apologize that we didn't do this video sooner, but I actually used 1/2 inch plywood under here. And then I cut these little stoppers so that way when you go ahead and set it in, the seats don't really move. So I just added these little stoppers in there. And I had to make a notch. It's kind of hard to tell. I had to notch it out right here. And I'll show you why I needed to do that. So basically it went right into the seat, and then my beautiful wife actually put the fabric, and she mounted all the fabric and the padding to that. So the reason why I had to make that notch is just for this top piece to fit the seat in there nice and flush. So sorry again that I wasn't able to do this video while I was building it, but hopefully that kind of gives you an idea for those of you who had questions for us. So.
And I sprayed it.
What's that?
You spray paint.
Oh yeah, and then I sprayed it, and then painting it. You can do whatever you can. There's all different kinds of styles that you can keep it plain wood look, paint it, but I actually sprayed it, took it out and just spray painted it, and that seemed to work fine. So other than that, it was one thing I'm learning while you build something, nobody else is really watching you, so take your time and then redo it if you have to. And then everybody always sees the outcome, so you don't see the mistakes that you make while you're building it. So keep that in mind when you're building something. Have fun and enjoy your build.